Hello, 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 Geminis. Welcome, welcome. This is Patty. I hope you guys are doing good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. Definitely hope everybody is doing well. I am your empath that is doing intuitive tarot along with astrology and numerology. I call it divine intuitive because that's where my messages come from, my downloads. It might be an ancestor or somebody coming through for you. Could be angelic, whatever. I don't know, but I do know when it is the divine. So that's where I get my source from. The rest is resources. The astrology and numerology are resources to the energies out there in the universe, and that is where the second dimension is, and divine. So that's why I do what I do. Hopefully it brings you answers in your healing, helps you with challenges, struggles, maybe you have a question, relationship, whatever it is. So the oracles that I'm doing right now, we're doing these for the 14th through the 20th of June. And they will be, the first oracle is the divines, his message to you. And the second one is current energies. Third one is more future energies, astrology kind of a thing. But you'll be surprised. Most of the time, these future astrology energies are actually what the divine is saying. So it's very interesting. So let's get going. We are going to do this for the 14th through the 20th. And I will give you little announcements here and there of what's going on. And let's get started. So we have the cow is the divine's card today. And that is the number 2. Boy, 2s are just like no tomorrow this week. I don't know what's going on out there, but there's a lot of coming together or somebody's breaking up apart. The cow is about nourishment, abundance, and asking and receiving. Okay. So cows, in essence, when you look at the cow is getting its nourishment from the grass, of course, right? Well, is that grass healthy? Or in the winter, there might not be so much grass, so the farmer has to give the cow hay. Is it healthy hay? Is it full of nutrients and richness so that it can produce? Now, if you look at the cow, if this looks like it's a dairy cow, so produce milk. Okay. All dairy cows have to be pregnant to produce milk. And that's the thing is it going to be healthy milk, good milk, or is it going to be fed not so good hay and things like that, and it comes out sort of sour? So what is being put in your body, mind and spirit, that is healthy, either nutrition-wise, healthy thinking, healthy thoughts? What is being put into yourself for it to come out as rich and love and compassion and anything of the second dimension? Okay, because this cow card is the number 2 as well in numerology, if you can see that. Number 2 is about bringing something together. Like I said in the very beginning, 2s have been prevalent. The last reading I did for Libras, there were 4 2s in there. There were 3 6s in there. So the message was really about getting together with your focusing in on your harmony and your balance in your life. This here for the divine is saying, okay, what you're putting in your body is going to come out. So if you're putting good in, good is going to come out. If you're putting evil in, evil is going to come out. If you're going to put in negative, negative is going to come out. If you're going to put in high vibrational thoughts, high vibration is going to come out. So this again, what is it that you are putting into your body, mind, spirit, and body? Okay. That is what you are going to manifest. You want to put out anger and bitterness, you're going to get anger and bitterness back, or you're going to lose a lot of friends. Current energy is the raven. It is also the number 10. It is about synchronistic events. It's also, if you believe in magic and coincidence, I believe in things happen for a reason, not coincidence. However, if you believe in coincidence, that's what this is about. And the raven is definitely a bird that gets around and is known for many things in mythology and religious beliefs of what they have to do. Now, this is a 10. So there is something that is going to be left behind, and a new energy, a new start, a new beginning coming up, definitely, and something fresh. These two cards work together because when something ends, something begins. However, it depends on what you're putting into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you have negative in, you're going to get negative out. You're going to, it's sort of like, well, I can never do that. I don't have the money to do that. I don't have this to do that. Oh yeah, you can do that. You're rich. You can. That's a mind thought process. That is a negative thought process that you're going to get nothing in return. Whereas if you were to say, you know what, I don't have the money to do that, but let me see what I can do little bit, step by step. Say if you're going to go to school, little step by step, what can I do to get there? How can I do it? I might not be able to afford to go into college right now, but what YouTube class or what YouTube things can I learn? There's so many things out there, whatever there is to just get started. That is more of a positive look on it. How can I get started? How can I keep moving forward? Definitely. Future energy, again, is the number 4. This is about your core foundation. This is about building stability. This is about growing stability. This is about diplomacy. It's the deer. It's about gentleness. Again, it's about your process. It's about not skipping any steps. Okay? Not skipping any steps and just being kind to yourself as you go through the process. Definitely through the process. Somebody's really evaluating things right now. Definitely really evaluating things right now. Is this upside down? Okay, hang on a sec. So we have 4 of the 7 out. Somebody's going through a second, for this is going to be for an older, it's not going to resonate with everybody. Somebody's going through a second career or a second transformation, or they're getting ready for a new calling in their life. And it definitely is, somebody's really questioning it and researching and doing what they need to. Okay. This is something for you to begin to fly from. This is amazing. We've got some power people here. We've got 3 arcanas, major arcanas first out, which when you see double numbers or triple numbers or quadruple numbers, or you see major arcanas, this is something major in your life that is happening. Sick boy. I don't know what divine is doing, but yep, okay. It's got 4, 11, number 2 again. 2 number 2s, man. So 16 is 7, definitely about your potential ambition. 9 is the intensity of it. Number 4 is the stability of it, just like the future energies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry, I'm processing a little bit in my head. Somebody's walking in fear, though. Definitely walking in fear. All right. So somebody is coming up to a new calling in their life, a new path, a new journey. Something has completed. Something is finished. It is time to look at something new. And this needs to be something that you've been paying attention to. This something new that is coming in, a new career, new relationship, new calling, which means you're going to be doing something outside of yourself. You're going to be the conduit. This is something that you're being called to do, and you might not understand it, but you got to do it. Okay? Because the divine, when he calls you to something, the only thing that I would say to ask divine is this of you. Because a lot of the times we're being asked, we got to make sure that it's not that low vibration tricking us or that low vibration tempting us into something that we don't want to do. And how you know that is that your intuition will tell you. If your intuition doesn't tell you, go to the divine for confirmation. Is this really from you? Is this really what you want me to do? I will do it because the divine only does things of good. If you start fighting, that's not divine. That's low vibrational world. You don't have to fight. You don't even have to argue because everybody has their own opinion, their own perspectives, their own journeys. The only thing that your job is to listen and maybe understand where they're coming from, but that doesn't mean that you have to agree with them. Doesn't have to fight. Don't have to argue. Okay? But you have to both be on the same page to pay attention to each other's perspective. The problem where people argue is you got world versus spirit, and world just wants everything destructive because this is the devil's playground, per se, low vibrational playground, demon playground, where they latches onto and anger and everything. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear that Jesus, God, supernatural stuff. Okay, that is very, very low vibrational, very world, and something is attached to that person that you don't want to be attached to. Step away. Anyway, so a lot of twos, something coming to an end. The bird, the crow or raven is going to take you to a new energy, new vibration that is, again, stable. So somebody is in the process of evaluating everything. Okay, somebody in the past, this is a past energy, somebody is now in the process of evaluating things because there's sort of like an unfamiliarity. There's like a little bit of a nervousness, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? However, somebody in the past doesn't even think about things. They just jump into them. They don't think about the consequences. It's sort of like spontaneity. Aries, the spontaneity is okay. However, if it's a big thing, you've got to pay attention to the consequences. Pay attention to the consequences. And I'll go to dating. I hate to say this, but you go to dating and some guy's just a game player or some girl is just a game player and all they want is a booty call, but they play you into thinking they want more. Then they get you on your back, and then all of a sudden they're gone and they played you. And then you're like, what the heck just happened? I was looking for a relationship. You jumped in too quick without making sure what was going on for the future. Okay. So what's going on right now for some people is a little rough. So this is for your heart. This is for your future. Okay. This is sort of like, I feel blah, blah, blah. I feel blah, blah, blah at this moment. I feel like I'm going through a roller coaster. I feel like, I'm never going to get out of this situation. I feel like things are never going to change. Oh, they're going to change. All right. They're going to change. We got the tower in here, guys. But things are, you're in that moment. You're in that thought process of, is it ever going to change? Is it ever going to get better? Am I ever going to get financially stable? Am I ever going to get, am I ever going to find love? Am I ever? So this is a real feeling. This is a heartfelt energy because right now it's just like, for some of you, you're like, yeah, you know what? This is just going to pass. Some of you are pretty calm about it. This is going to pass. This is not a big deal. Okay. It's going to be all okay, kind of a thing. And then you've got the Queen of Swords, that the reason why you feel like it's going to be okay is you're walking in the truth. You're walking in more of a higher integrity. You're walking more on a positive note. You're walking more on that high vibration. And for some of you, the reason why it is rocky and it's just like, is anything ever going to change? It's because your thought process is walking in reality, the truth. You're walking in expectations for some of you. And expectations don't meet reality, and that's where your feelings happen. Okay? So if maybe you're on a date and you expect them to bring you flowers, they didn't bring you flowers, then you're disappointed because their thought is, why should I bring her flowers? She never said she liked flowers. How should I know she likes flowers? I'm not in a relationship with her. I'm just a friend with her, so why should I bring flowers? So your expectation, their reality met, you're not happy and all that kind of stuff when you didn't ask. Okay? This is about asking. The cow is about asking and receiving. Okay? When you ask, you get abundance. When you don't ask, you don't get abundance. Even with the divine. He's not Santa Claus, but you don't ask. All right? Definitely. Somebody does work very, very hard. You do need to get your rest because you're not. Somebody's working very hard into the point that you're becoming a workaholic and life is not stable. I don't know who that's for. You will see the rewards from the work that you're doing. However, it's monetarily. It's earthly. Is that really what you're looking for? Are you grinding so hard for money and things that you're not even taking care of yourself? And in the future, you're going to create complications or stress and end up in the hospital because of stress. Been there, done that. I was grinding so hard that I didn't realize the stress my body was under. I ended up in the hospital for 4 days, and they're checking and they're giving me aneurysms and all, or what do they call it, angiograms and all that kind of stuff, and checking my heart and checking everything. I was like, I didn't feel that stressed, thinking I can handle any kind of stress. No, we can't. Our bodies are not machines, and even machines can't handle stress for a long amount of time without replacing the parts or dying. So is it really worth it to work so hard for monetarily things? That is what the cow is saying. Bringing things together for a second dimension. You bring things together for love, companionship, compassion, healing, that kind of a thing. But the divine is trying to show somebody a new way of looking at things and being given things, but somebody's really stuck. They don't want to look in the second dimension. Why are you watching tarot if you don't look at the second dimension? Doesn't make sense to me. But your world, somebody's world is going to turn upside down here because it's coming. It's coming. And it's going to come in fairly fast. So a lot of the times, the challenge for you, this is your challenge card, which is the Knight of Cups. The challenge is, again, somebody rushes in too quick. The challenge is to slow down, think about things, analyze things before you do them. The Hermit card, this is your very first card out. Somebody doesn't do that. Somebody doesn't want to do that. However, if you did that, if you thought about things before you jumped, then, whoops, your tower is going to change. You're going to be able to get rest, and you're going to be able to move forward quickly, more quickly, because you'll have your ducks in a row. If you don't get your ducks in a row, you're spinning your wheels. Thank you. Divine says somebody's spinning their wheels. They're not paying attention to the synchronistic events. They're not paying attention to the raven at all. And the raven's trying to put these little droplings down, not poop, but trying to put these little messages down as he goes along, saying, hey, I'm trying to show you these things. If you're not sure, ask what's happening. And if you're not sure, ask what you need to do, or what wisdom you need to do, or what you need to go. And then you will receive that information. All right. All right, let's see what else Divine has to show, if there's any other energies out there that he needs to show. But somebody's definitely not paying attention and just really rushing into things. Time to slow things down. So this has to do with the relationship. Somebody's got to become more patient in their relationship. Sounds like me. But be more patient. Yeah, have a little bit more patience in this. The Page of Swords definitely is facing these lovers. And the Page of Swords is a message of delay. Again, he's a message of, hey, things are coming, but you know what? We need to slow this down just a little bit. I don't know who this is for. So slow things down just a little bit. This is for your heart. This is for work. This is for a relationship. If you slow things down and give Divine time to work in his own, because sometimes he has to work on one person and that person gets ready, and then he's got to work on this other person to make sure that they're ready. And then when they're both ready, they're put together. However, if there's kerfuffling in there, then basically he's got to fix this person and say, okay, you know what? You're being stupid. You really need to do this, blah, 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 blah. And what are you thinking there? Why are you doing things this way? You know, this is what you need to be doing, blah, 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 blah. And then you bring them together again, and they love, make, kiss, make up, blah, 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 kind of a thing. So there is definitely something in a delay with this relationship. Doesn't mean it's ended. However, this is the nourishment in, the good out. You want to put bad thoughts in, negative thoughts in. Okay, thank you. So they're saying if you're going to focus in on the negative things of the relationship more than the positive things, what are you doing? Why are you in this relationship? This isn't me, guys. This is divine. If you're focusing in on the negative of the person more than the positive, what the are you doing? All right. You're supposed to be uplifting your partner. You're supposed to be supportive to your partner. You're supposed to be, and if the other partner isn't that way, you probably manifested the relationship and divine didn't have anything to do with it, and it's a mess because it shouldn't have ever happened. Not saying that they all are that way. I'm just saying some of them, a majority of them. Because a lot of people are not patient. Again, this is about patience. Patience, patience. Okay, so the Page of Swords is saying take your time, slow down on this relationship. All right, because you're in the middle of something. This is a time where you really need to pay attention. Okay, I don't know. I'll do love and relationships here next, but this is actually somebody's love relationship or a committed relationship of some type. So that somebody's in the middle of going through something because we have the Nine of Wands and then we have the Hangman. Okay, we have so many arcanas going on here that all I can keep saying is good in, good out, positive in, positive out, negative in, negative out. So whatever's going on, your world is right now a little upside down and it needs to change. It's your perspective fighting somebody else's perspective. Thank you. So they're saying you're not even paying attention to that other person's perspective to why they are thinking that way. Get outside of yourself, get outside and get outside the box and really pay attention to what that other person's perspective is rather than yours. Stop being selfish, be selfless, find out why they're thinking that way. And then your kerfuffle will be actually probably dissipated because that's what's going on right now. You can't even see beyond your nose because you're stuck. Because you're not looking and allowing that other perspective to come in. Stop being stubborn. All right. Welcome, Richard. Oh, yeah. Bye, Richard. All right. Sorry, I had to do that. I don't allow that kind of crap in my thing. Okay, so let's go to love and relationships. Love and relationships. We sort of have one relationship going here already. So again, just slow down, take it easy, really get the other person's perspective. Everybody has something that they're going through. Everybody has something that, the wounds, scars, things of that nature. Everybody has that. Find out. Be vulnerable. Share a wound with your partner, and you'll be surprised that your vulnerability will bring you even closer because they'll become more vulnerable. All right, and they'll share something in depth with you. All right. All right. Keeper of the scales, fairness and balance. See, this is what we're talking about. I mean, I can't make this up. So definitely, it's going to delay until you guys figure it out to accept each other's faults, accept each other's strengths and weaknesses, because somebody's weakness is another person's fault. Hang on, guys. We got a jerk in here. I hate when that happens. That's part of having a live thing, though. You know, you get these people that are stupid and idiots in here. And, they need to have a life. They need to go have a life. Those are very worldly people, actually. Definitely. And hopefully that's been removed, so you won't be able to see it and you won't know what I'm talking about. But we have a jerk in here, basically a worldly idiot. So definitely had to get rid of them. All right. So definitely in fairness and balance, we do have the number 2 several times. We have the number 4 trying to create balance. We have also 2 observance with the hermit, trying to pay attention to the hermit. We have the tower. So things are changing in your relationships, whatever that is, for the better, hopefully. And don't let pride get in your way. Pride will actually definitely make things harder for you. It'll be more ego for you, like this idiot that keeps coming in here. And I will keep blocking you, whoever you are, and I'm also reporting you. So there you go. But the thing is, pride will and egos will ruin a marriage, will ruin a relationship. This is where we have to become humble. We have to be able to understand where another person is coming from, because their walk might have been harder than ours. It may have been the same as ours, but they are different journeys, and to make sure that we're paying attention to what the other person's perspective is. Don't let pride get in your way. That's the full moon of Leo. Okay? That's the full moon of Leo. So definitely be kind and gentle to somebody as they go through their process of healing, because this is a healing process. When you get into a relationship, there's a lot of healing that needs to go on, and you're trying to bring 2 separate perspectives together, 2 separate worlds together, and 2 separate types of brain activity, because men's brains and women's brains are different. They're physically different. And if you're partners, you still have that complexity of what's going on in your partnership. All right. So really just be in loving fairness to each other, and be kind to each other. Also take and have patience with each other. That's where pride gets in the way. And then you get angry, then you get frustrated, then you get into arguments. You don't have to have arguments. You don't have to get into fights. That's pride and ego. Okay, that's just not accepting of way that another person is. Okay, you're together with them. You accepted the way that they were when they first got there. And again, it's the number 2. So again, trying to bring it together. Don't let those low vibrations break it apart. Don't let it split apart. Bring it together. And that's only through communication, you guys. You got a lot of communication, a lot of things to talk about to bring it together. All right. So I hope this has helped you guys, Geminis. I hope you have a really good week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And again, don't forget about the daily readings, Monday through Friday. They're 1 minute. And don't forget to like those. If you do, enjoy them. And we will see you again on the 21st. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.